Hi, this is Tony at Casa Esmeralda. If you like my videos, please do like and subscribe. Thank you for those who have liked and subscribed. And today I'm going to get into 4 things that I absolutely like doing, and that is garden maintenance or maintenance of your growing. And I'm going to show you, and 1 is about my Zappa, 2 is about the fertilizers I use, and 3 is a kitchen fertilizer that you can actually make for your growing overnight. And so that's like 3 and 4 actually. Okay, so let's get right into this right now, and I'm going to share with you something that you can do overnight, or something that you can do over a couple of days as a fertilizer. My dogs are dying and my goats are dying to go for a walk, but I want to get this done into Casa Esmeralda, growing, sowing, and planting week. And then when this is all done, I just water and fertilize about once a week. And right now I have to actually do this because it has rained 2 times. Today it's rained for 15 minutes. It was a very heavy rainfall, about 5 centimeters of rain fell. And the other day for like 4 hours, 25 centimeters of rain fell. My whole wheelbarrow filled up with water. So this is the time to do it, when that ground has at least 2 good rainfalls or a very long rainfall and sort of a dry spell, a day-long dry spell, and then another rain after that, and then the ground is really soaking moist wet, because you don't want to fertilize your plants when the ground is dry, because if it is dry you can actually kill your whatever you're growing, right? So let's get into this, and I want to share with you some tools I use and everything. Okay, so my garden Zappa is over here. I love this tool. I use it for my fruit trees, to do trimmings on my fruit trees, on the bottom roots and things like that, and new sprouts that are come up. You can sharpen it, and you can almost get it as sharp as an axe. It works as a shovel. You can use it as a shovel mechanism. You can use it as a weeding mechanism. You can go in and around what you're growing and everything. So this is a very universal garden tool, and you can get this at any hardware store or any large building center here in the Mediterranean. So I absolutely love this tool, and it's of a hardwood type of ash or oak material, and it's very, very long, so you can get a very, very long reach from it. It's like this long. It's as tall as me almost, so it's all good. So this is one tool I absolutely like to use in my garden, is this Zappa. It's an old school way of actually, because I have now a tractor and a plow, so this is an old school way of setting up your garden. And the second one is this Karcher, which I got off of Amazon. It's this Karcher watering staff, geese staff, which I got off of Amazon last year. I've had it 1 year, and it absolutely does a beautiful, beautiful type of rain bloom job. Really massages the plants really, really good, because now I got a really good pump and a really good pressure, and it really massages the plants good and gets morning water. And Frida is back. She missed me for 8-9 months. Okay, Frida, I got to get this done today. So let's get into this today. And then about my fertilizer. So here is my overnight fertilizer. I have a large farm sink, and during the daytime hours and things like that, I get gray water, not chlorinated water, water that is from my well. And in this, during the daytime and sometime overnight, in a 24-hour period, I have like oranges, garlic peels, onion peels, a little bit of cucumber ends, eggs, all sorts of stuff, the non-meat products. So all the vegan and the vegetarian products basically that I eat here is put into this pot. And also the teas, because I'm a very heavy, I like to drink a tea once or twice a day, which is also good. So I also put the leftover teas in here, and this makes a really nice, was the last of them. I have like 6 oranges growing now from winter time. This is the last of the navels, and because of the rains and things like that, we've actually had, I had like little navels, and they actually grew so big right now for some reason. So I just pulled it off the tree yesterday, and I get a few behind, but but I just thought I'll do that. So this is absolutely a 24-hour, and this does work, and it's very high in nutrients, and it's very, like, it starts creating the chlorophyll, and you just pour like about 2 cups of this over your new growth. You know, like if your new growth is already sort of this size, like of 2-hand size, that's very good. If it is just a small sprout kind, you probably only want to do like a little half a cup or something. Just something other that has like a tea, or there's something that has nutrients in it. And this is a 24-hour thing that I just keep in my kitchen sink. So when I get up in the morning, first thing I do is I got this thing ready, and then I just go outside, because sometimes if it's very hot or anything, I say, oh, I need to get some fertilizer in really quick, and then I just go do this for like 5 or 8 minutes. That's all it takes. Okay. Now, there is this one here, which is the fertilizer that I make from the compost toilet. And I want to give this a good stir. So what I do is I get a handful of hay, which I got some new hay here, which is the old hay. You don't want to get new hay. You want to get hay actually from last year. So ask a farmer if he's got hay from last year and use that, because it will decompose and it'll degrade twice as fast as the new hay. And then you can just plant right away with it, basically in a week or two, just by putting it down and putting some water on it and putting some chicken mist and things like that. It's another way of fertilizing, is to find some old hay and then put your chicken mist on top of the old hay the farmer came and just blend it in. It's another way. So back to this right now about fertilizing. So I just want to give this from my compost toilet a really good stir. And then from here I want to grab my watering can, and I filled already my watering can up with a little bit of rainwater. But what you want to do is you just want to fill from your compost toilet, because this is just like from the last couple of days out of your compost toilet. And normally I fill this bucket here up about halfway with rainwater from this bin, and then the rest of it is just for me, basically. And what I'm giving off is the potassium, the nitrogen, and the phosphate, and it's all here in this bucket. So this is very powerful stuff, especially when it's just a couple days old. But it is decomposing now because of the 23, the 24, 25 degrees Celsius. If you do not have the close to 25 degrees Celsius, I do not recommend using this, because it has to get warm. It has to go through this decomposition process for at least 24 hours in order to make the nutrients and things like that, to make it a fertilizer. As I said, like this one, it has to go through a 24-hour period to make the fertilizer. So, and then this one here, out of this bucket, out of my own compost toilet, I add from one of these. This is a 17-liter can. I add about that much on the bottom, so a little less than a quarter of the bottom from this, and I add to this, and then the rest of it I fill with rainwater. So you can watch me do that. And I save all my water here, and I have little areas and things like that, like my wheelbarrow and all this, and I sort of collect the water. So even if it's not raining or anything, I have like little rainwater collections all over the place, and then I put it all into this here. And then the other thing is, you don't want to contaminate your well, so kind of keep this away from your well and your water and everything like that. And this is a great idea if you go into the grocery store and they sell wine or things like that, which they do here for like 5-liter wines. You can grab one of these, and then you can make the bottom of this as a chicken feeder or for feeding animals or giving water and things like that. And then you can use the top part now as a scooper to fill water. Or just as a watering can, you know, like you can go around here to your terrace tomatoes and just water that way, sort of thing. Okay, and that's it. And I just want to add like less than a half a cup really to every plant right now, as it is. It's only like week 3 of growing here, and it's just a month of like the sprouts came up. And as you can see, like over here, is that I've been working on things like here, like the squash and the cucumbers, which are doing really well. So the squash here is coming along. So this is like almost about 3 weeks, a little over 3 weeks of growing. Like germination and sprouts, about 9 days, and then about 15 days, and then outdoors and growing. So they really do need a fertilizer, because I'm looking at them right now, they're a little bit sagging. Because before, when I tried to plant and grow here, I never used like any fertilizer, and basically everything died. And it was also because I didn't have animals or anything like that, and it was very hard for me to plant and grow food here because the ground was just not full of the nutrients from the animals or anything of that sort. So it's all sort of growing, just slowly nurse it along with a little bit of your own organic fertilizer, and then things will start to grow. Hopefully it will grow. And then, as I said before, this is all an experiment because I have not planted and grown over here. I have planted and grown over in the natural garden where I did the pumpkin and the cucumber melon. And then of course it was only like the melons are still trying to hang on because it's just too cold here and you don't see a lot of melons, but I'm still fertilizing, and some I've given up on, but some like this watermelon here is still trying. So this left the greenhouse with only like 2 or 3 leaves on it, and now it's growing 5, and the temperatures just have to get up to like 30 degrees Celsius for these melons to start growing here. So here's like a giallo melon, and as you can see here, it's responded well to the overnight fertilizer, as I've left a little bit of a grapefruit leaf, grapefruit peel here. So the grapefruit peel is slowly decomposing, and it's really responding off that, and it's actually growing a new leaf, and this was just a couple days ago. So trying, it's all worth a try to do everything. And I got to get my Zappa in here and then slowly weed out these weeds and go around it, and then put new hay down. And putting new hay down is also very important, as it creates, the hay creates the nitrogen, which induces the plants to grow. So okay, so I'm gonna fertilize. A little bit behind today, but I got lots of filming done today, which I wanted to do. And as I showed before, this is my rainwater infused, it's called Rappa here, and they grow Rappa like in the winter time, and I grow that in my greenhouse, and I throw like about a half a wheelbarrow of Rappa in here, and it creates chlorophylls with the rainwater, and it makes, and also some garden herbs, and it makes a very high infused fertilizer too. So that's it, and I'm hoping I can get 250 sprouts done in 3/4 of an hour or half an hour at least. So I got to get going here. So thank you again for those who have watched my videos. Thank you for those who have liked and subscribed. Hit that like button down below. This is Tony at Casa Esmeralda. I hope I've inspired you to go outside, to plant and grow your own food, to live off the land, and just do things on your own. Take care, and bye for now. Wish you a nice evening.